It was scary. We were in the basement brewery. We had opened the day before. We had $200 in the bank, 15 new employees, no health insurance, and John handed me that pregnancy test, and I said, no way, I can't do it. And he said, you got to do it. And I handed the stick back to him.
No, you had been telling me no way for like 2 or 3 weeks. I pretty much knew.
Yeah.
But it wasn't official.
But I handed it back to him, and he looked at me, and he said, we're having a baby. And it was just so exciting and scary all at the same time.
It's funny how you remember it.
I was 18 years old, and I quit college, and I moved back to town. And my boyfriend at the time was a dishwasher at the Alchemist, and he got me a job.
Jen told me that she was opening up a pub in Waterbury back in 2003. I didn't quite go there when they first opened, but I joined up with them in May of 2004, and I've been with them ever since.
I was working at the Whip at the Green Mountain Inn, so that's where I first met Jen and John, and Jen was the food and beverage manager there. So I worked with her for maybe, I want to say maybe a year. It's also hazy now, before she had to leave to start the Alchemist.
Jen and John had just pretty much opened, a couple months before. I mean, they opened end of November, and so this was beginning of February. I walked in, Jen was behind the bar, and I just said, hey, I'm looking for a couple shifts. If you guys need a bartender, be glad to come in and try it out. And she said, yeah, can you come in Tuesday? I think that, she had planned on bartending for at least the first year, and then because she was pregnant with Charlie right before they opened, they found that out. I think my timing was just perfect, I asked the right question at the right time, and she said, oh, yeah, that'd be good.
I started as a host, served a little bit, and ended up being a host until 2011.
Some of the original employees that are still with us, like Ashley, and we see the changes she has gone through since she was 18. It's
Joel.
amazing. Joel, I mean,
Kenny,
oh my gosh.
Fred.
To see how people have evolved and advanced and built themselves a career is really cool.
The pub was a great atmosphere. They had the great food, the great beer, and people got it right away. People came in and were just like, wow, this is different.
It was a big family. I hopped in and everybody loved each other, and we played a bunch of games and sang a bunch of songs, and we were an incredible team. Everybody always had each other's backs.
And those are people that, stuck with us through really challenging and shitty times, the flood, not being able to pay much at certain times. I think back, 14 years ago when Charlie was a baby, John and I would fill in all the time dishwashing or prep cooking, whatever, wherever someone was calling in. And people like Kenny and Joel would say, hey, I'll
There were nights I worked on the line. It's ridiculous.
They would actually give up their bartending shifts to wash dishes for us so that we didn't have to leave home. And just things like that are really cool. 15 years later, they're still here.
I can't believe I've been here this long. The other day I had a conversation with my mom where I was like, I'm going to be with Jen and John longer than you raised me for. We're approaching it, right? I left home at 17.
It's just shocking that it's 15 years.
It really is.
I mean, when you're in it, there are some long-ass days. But in the grand scheme of things, it's like 15 years has zipped by.
Been 14 and a half years. Been a great ride. I don't ever plan on filling out another job application again, unless I screw up this job. I don't see that happening yet.
Everything as I went, yeah. I mean, I had help from everybody. Jen and Laura were always behind me. I had John and Joel at my back, coaching me along as well. And sometimes we messed some stuff up, but we fixed it, and that's how we work as a team.
What was it like working for John and Jen?
I love work. You know the answer to that.